Once upon a time, in a green forest, a big wolf prowled about. He was strong, proud, and always looking for something tasty to eat. One day, the wolf found a juicy bone. He gnawed and crunched happily, enjoying his meal, not noticing that trouble was about to come. But, oh no! A sharp piece of bone got stuck in the wolf's throat. He coughed and growled, feeling very uncomfortable. The wolf tried to shake it out. He stomped and howled, but the bone would not move. He needed help. Nearby, a graceful crane was fishing in the river. She had a long, slender beak perfect for reaching tricky places. The wolf thought of an idea. The wolf begged the crane, "Please help me. A bone is stuck in my throat, and only you can reach it." The crane was cautious. She knew wolves were tricky, but she also felt pity for his suffering. She agreed to help. The wolf opened his jaws wide. The crane stood tall, ready to use her long beak to reach deep inside and save him. The wolf opened his jaws wide. The crane stood tall, ready to use her long beak to reach deep inside and save him. The crane gently slid her slender beak down the wolf's throat. She was careful, steady, and determined to pull out the sharp bone. At last, the crane pulled the bone out. The wolf gasped in relief, feeling much better. He wagged his tail happily for a moment. The wolf stood up at once, strong and proud again. The painful bone was gone, and his hunger soon returned. The crane waited patiently, expecting the wolf to thank her. She had risked her life by putting her head inside his mouth. But the wolf only gave the crane a sly look. He had no plans to give her a gift or reward. The crane asked softly, "Dear wolf, what will you give me for saving your life today? Surely such a brave deed deserves something in return." The wolf laughed and growled, "Reward? You should be glad I didn't eat you while your head was inside my mouth." The crane was shocked and upset. She had helped the wolf, yet he mocked her instead of showing kindness or gratitude. The wolf strutted away, proud and careless, leaving the crane behind. He thought only of himself, not of the help he had received. The crane sighed deeply. She had risked everything for the wolf, yet she was left with nothing but disappointment. The crane thought carefully. She realized it was foolish to expect gratitude from someone as selfish as a greedy wolf. The crane lifted her wings and flew away. She promised herself never again to risk her life for a creature who cared only for himself. As she soared through the sky, the crane felt free and proud. She had learned an important lesson about wisdom and caution. Meanwhile, the wolf sat alone, thinking only of his stomach. He had forgotten the crane's kindness the moment he felt strong again. The crane told her bird friends about the wolf. She warned them never to trust those who show no gratitude for help. The forest birds nodded. They understood the crane's warning and agreed that kindness should be given with care, not wasted on the ungrateful. The crane rested peacefully. She felt wiser and stronger, knowing that her bravery had taught her a valuable lesson about trust and selfishness. The wolf quickly forgot everything. He searched for his next meal, thinking only of his hunger, never once remembering the crane's bravery. The wolf laughed to himself. "Why should I reward anyone? I am strong and feared. Others should be thankful I let them live." The crane watched quietly from above. She now knew the wolf would never change. His heart was filled with greed, not kindness. The birds gathered as the crane told her tale. They admired her courage and learned to be careful with those who never show gratitude. The crane flew again. She carried with her not riches or rewards, but wisdom. Never expect thanks from the ungrateful. The wolf returned to his old ways. He bullied and scared the smaller animals, never thinking about how close he had been to danger. The crane dipped her beak into the water, focusing on her meal. She chose to live wisely, avoiding the wolf's selfishness. As she gazed into the water, the crane thought, "Kindness is precious, but it must be given wisely, to those who truly value it." The wolf grew frustrated. Even though he was strong, his greed and pride often left him hungry and alone in the meadow. The crane soared high above the wolf, free and proud. She had gained wisdom, while the wolf remained trapped in his selfish ways. The wolf lay down, tired and hungry. His selfish heart left him with no friends to share food or kindness when he needed it most. The crane flew happily with her friends. Together they laughed and shared, proving that kindness and gratitude always bring joy and strength. The wolf watched the birds fly by. Deep inside, he felt a pang of loneliness, but his pride stopped him from admitting his need for others. The crane landed softly. Other animals greeted her warmly, for she was trusted and respected. She gave kindness, and in return, received friendship. The wolf howled at the night sky. He was strong, but without gratitude, he remained alone, feared but never loved. The crane felt peaceful. She no longer worried about the wolf, for she had chosen wisdom and friendship instead of foolish, thankless company. The wolf prowled restlessly. Yet every creature stayed away. Without trust or gratitude, he was left to hunt alone, growing lonelier each night. Next day the crane showed the young birds how to stretch their wings. She passed on her lesson: bravery is good, but wisdom keeps you safe. The wolf saw his reflection in the water and growled. His angry heart made even his own image look unfriendly and frightening. The crane soared upward with joy. She carried her wisdom with her: never risk kindness for those who cannot appreciate or respect it. The wolf sat by himself, strong but lonely. His selfish ways had left him with no friends, only an empty heart. The crane soared with ease, feeling happy and light. She had gained more than thanks, she had gained wisdom to guide her through life. The other creatures lived happily together. They shared kindness, gave gratitude, and built trust. These were treasures far greater than strength alone. The wolf looked on with envy, but it was too late. Without kindness, he could never join their circle of friendship and trust. And so the crane story teaches us: be careful whom you help, for kindness is wasted on the ungrateful. Gratitude makes true friendship strong.